Hello everybody, Aurora here. Today we are delving into the secrets of Brewster's lovely little coffee shop, The Roost. But first, who is Brewster? Well, Brewster is a rather grouchy rock dove, otherwise known as a pigeon. He was born on October 15th and his favourite KK song is KK Swing. We first meet Brewster in Animal Crossing Wild World, released on April 14th, 2001, where he sold his coffee for 200 bells. It is also where KK Slider would play every Saturday night at 8 PM. Fun fact, KK Slider needs soundproofing to stop echoes, but Brewster doesn't because acoustics. Bad pun, sorry. In Animal Crossing City Folk, one of my favourites, Brewster offers to store gyroids, but only one of each type. He offered hot chocolate for Valentine's, which is a pity he doesn't anymore because I'd love that. Marshmallows, cream. Sorry. Anyway, Brewster admits he used to have a coffee shop in the city before moving to the museum. I think that's where we can assume he met everyone's favourite entomophobic owl, Blathers. Next is Animal Crossing New Leaf. Brewster gains his own coffee shop and you can build it in 7 days after the museum store, but you'll also need to donate 50 plus specimens first. In this version, you get to work for Brewster serving coffee to the villagers. But before I continue, did you know Brewster worked for a watch company? He had to test how well watches work in the air. It was great to see time fly. Come on now, my jokes aren't that bad. Without further ado, we now enter Brewster's new cafe. So let's talk about the 3 pictures on the wall. These are what I want to talk about first. The top one clearly shows KK, but notice where he is. Brewster's first cafe from Animal Crossing Wild World. You can tell from the position of the piano and the shape of the speakers, and I think it's a pretty nice Easter egg. Second picture shows Brewster's coffee shop from New Leaf. As I mentioned earlier, it was a standalone shop that you could acquire for your island. I believe the third picture depicts Brewster and Blathers either when they first met or when Brewster agreed to move into Blathers' museum. My reasoning for this is because of the city building that appears in the background, as well as Brewster mentioning he once had a shop in the city. Now let's take a look behind Brewster's bar. It appears they have different styles of coffee here, which are reminiscent to New Leaf, where you had to give villagers a specific type of coffee, amount of milk, and sugar. He also appears to have some kind of syrup, perhaps maple, given what looks to be a rounded handle. And for those of you who aren't aware, beside his monogrammed mugs is an original coffee grinder, used for grinding up the coffee beans before our modern day technology. In fact, I got a little curious and I asked Brewster why it was called a cup o' mud, and he told me that it had been ground a few moments prior. Oh come on, you guys know you like that one. So now we get to the almost hidden back room, where Brewster's own private collection of gyroids sits. Now we can't see the other side, so it makes you wonder if he has more in there, but he could just be holding them for someone. Now let's get back to the pictures. First we have a picture of roses, which tells us that Brewster seems to enjoy still life portraits, or maybe he just likes flowers. Next to that, we have a picture of a nest that's located within or on the outskirts of a city, possibly the same one he worked in. This could be Brewster's first home. Either that or it's a clue to where he keeps his money. You know, a nest egg. Anyway, this next picture I don't think really requires much explanation. It's just simply something Brewster really loves. Another still life portrait, this time featuring fruit. Apples. Still life featuring fruit can symbolise abundance. The roses, however, could symbolise his love for being a barista. This is another picture you'll find near the door. Both can be symbol of the journey or the voyage of life. This one appears to be Viking, and according to worldhistory.org, Viking ships were a symbol of life and livelihood. So we have learned quite a bit from Brewster just by his paintings. His job is his livelihood, he loves it and hopes to succeed on his journey of life. And given that pigeons are famed for being able to make deposits on expensive cars, we can be assured that Brewster will succeed. So don't forget to tip our feathered friend. I hope you enjoyed my video today, and I really hope you learnt something new. Thank you so much for watching today. Bye!